Hello, everyone. Today we're going to do another round of Guess the IMDb score. And who better to run through all this with than the author of Zombie Blues, The Time Warriors, Wolves of Chernobyl, and lots more, Owen Quinn. How are you, Owen?
Stressed because I've never looked at IMDb in my life.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. You have to, so we did this once before with Jack, and you have to adjust for what you think other people think about it also. So, like, what was the
Right.
general reception and stuff? So, you might think something's awesome, like a 10 out of 10, but would the general public agree? Or people who,
Like
like,
like the thing, the John Carpenter version, everybody hated it.
yeah,
Now
exactly.
they love it. Yeah.
Famously panned and flopped
Yeah.
when it came out at
Thanks,
first.
buddy, to you. Fucking long fingered git. Phone home. Piss off home and let John Carpenter get top spot in the movies, lads.
Yeah, yeah. Some of these things are very underrated.
Isn't it like Wizard of Oz and all that? It's really bizarre how you look at it and go, oh, they were not well received. When you look at this Wizard of Oz and the thing,
Mm,
go, why not?
yeah.
It's just, there's
I
a magic about them.
I think as well, was it Batman, the first Batman movie when it came out? Some of the critics were saying like you shouldn't mix genres, like superhero and detective or something like that. Like
I
that's
know.
absolute
Like,
nonsense.
because Batman's never done that. Like,
Yeah,
seriously. That just shows me critics actually don't know what they're talking about,
yeah,
which is why I stopped doing. I do the odd review, but I don't do it all because I don't know everything. I don't
yeah,
watch everything. I'm not an expert in everything, but about know watch something I like it, you'll know about it.
yeah. Sure, all you can do is give your own interpretation, and
Yeah.
sometimes you're wrong. My opinions on some things have changed because I watch them again as an older person, and you find flaws that you didn't originally find, and it's like, but that's okay. It
Yeah.
happens.
But
You can still
that
enjoy it.
you can. That happened to me recently with Total Recall, which you might have heard of.
Oh, what way did you change?
I just thought, is this over yet?
Oh,
Then it
that's.
got to the end and I went, look at his eyeballs coming out of his head.
I was sure you were going to love Total Recall.
No, I did the first two times, and then sort of like it's one of them Owens movies. If it's in Owens Blu-ray shelf, you're there for life. You're like you're never going anywhere else. But
Yeah.
when you look back at it and you go, oh, this was really good. The first time I bought the video and stuff. Video it shows me it's done that. Um, um, and then you go, oh, that wasn't as good as I thought it was.
Yeah.
But
Right.
it's
So
still good if you know what I mean. But
yeah, sure as well. Like have a lot of the movies I like are actual trash, but I still like them. I still enjoy them. I still watch them.
I love an old trashy movie.
Yeah,
An
it's
old
all
trashy, yeah, love
you
it.
you enjoy what you enjoy. So we got
Yeah,
20 movies on here. Owen has no idea what's on the list, so I'll give him a
no,
movie and he has to guess the IMDb score. If he gets the first number, he gets a point. If he gets the second number also, he gets 3 points. So
three
if it's
points.
9.5 and he guesses 9, he gets a point. If he
Yeah.
guesses 9.5, he gets the full 3 points. So that's how we work here. Okay, Owen, are you ready for the first movie?
So you don't get 2 points for anything? No,
It's one or three. The reason it's three is
one or
because
three.
guessing the decimal point is quite hard.
Right. Okay.
I think it's easier to guess the initial number. So
This is why I've never done. This is why I've never went on the chase or Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Anything else?
unfortunately, I've no money up for grabs.
For flip's sake, they
I tell
told
you what,
me.
right? No, no, right.
Oh,
Here's
he
what you
told
get.
me he was giving me a bag of money like the leprechaun. He told a lie.
Listen, right. If you get a certain amount of points, I'll give you a free copy of none other than The Time Warriors by Owen Quinn. Have you heard of him?
Oh, he's brilliant. Oh my
I
God,
heard
what?
he's quite talented, all right, yeah.
The new Doctor Who. There's it right there. The Time Warriors. Bye bye, Doctor. Move over. There's a new gang in town.
A new gang in town. All right. You might like this first movie because this is uh, it's a tale as old as time. Beauty and the Beast, the original.
You
The
mean cartoon?
original the original now see cartoon no, animated movie yes.
Don't you be insulting my beauty or my beast. Let me
I'm
tell you.
not I'm complimenting it. I'm saying this.
Animated. Yeah.
So Disney's original Beauty and the Beast.
Right. Okay.
What do you think this has scored? And I've
Well,
I've heard you claim that this is your favorite animated movie.
it is. A Beauty and the Beast. I cry every time I watch it, and it's always at the same spot. Now I'm only 37, so I shouldn't really be crying. But
All right.
the
Is your
thing
nose
is,
growing really long there? Huh?
there's things falling off me quicker than the rose petals of one freaking rose. Let me tell you. Um, it's when he's dying and that final rose petal falls. I'm just in pieces. My wife just tried to shift seats and all in the cinema. Do you know what I'm talking about?
It's like, here he goes again.
Here we go. Um, I can't think nobody doesn't like it. Has to be 9.5, if not 10. Is it to go up to 10? Is that what
It
this goes
goes
up to?
all the way up to 10,
Right.
but
Okay. So I'm gonna say 9.5.
9.5. This has scored an 8.
Who watched it? I need it.
Well, the thing is, on IMDb, you have so many people rating it that it's hard to keep the score up, because people
I
will
would
have.
keep the food out. Don't let them near it.
I
Ban
would
them.
I would say a lot of movies on IMDb are a little underscored, but it is
Yeah.
what it is, right? So it gets
Right. So that's 3 points.
8.0, so that's no points for Owen. Okay.
Good start. Can you phone a friend or anything? No. 50-50.
Oh no, I should introduce something like that,
My phone Jack.
yeah.
Get him on.
Jack, do a quick Google.
He's done one, so
All right, next. I Am Iron Man, the original, the first, Robert Downey Jr. What do you think this scores on IMDb? Do you think people have a
hey,
lot of love for this one?
they have a lot of love, but I think you're probably looking. Go 8.5.
That is a very, very good guess. I would go something like that myself. I think that's
Yeah.
an ad, but people disagree. It is 7.9.
See, Joe, I think it's not. In hindsight, it's amazing. But when I watched it, I thought that was all right,
Yeah,
and I should have gone with my first instinct, shouldn't I? But I don't
yeah.
think it'd be so low as 7.5.
7.9.
So there's a 7.9 as well.
No, just 7.9.
Oh, I'm confused.
Do you need a recap of the
Oh,
rules already? We were only 2 movies
no,
in.
I know the rules, but like, what's your? So you can go 7.1 to 7.9.
Yeah, yes.
I mean, anything.
I feel like I should pause this and just have a wee challenge.
No, I think, do you know what it is? See these ones that are doing the 0.9s,
Yeah.
ban them.
Yeah.
Just like,
Well,
don't be letting them near a keyboard.
as we said, as myself and Jack said, like, why not go percentage at that point?
Yeah.
So yeah, it could be like 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, all the way up to, So consider that.
Tell me again why I've never looked at IMDb, whatever it is.
WD-40. All
All
right.
right.
We're gonna,
WKD.
so
The end of all that.
WKD.
Blue version.
All right, next. All right. It's a
Right.
cruel, cruel summer. The Karate Kid. Owen, do you like the
What?
Karate Kid? I love the Karate Kid.
I love the Karate Kid.
It's so good.
Now, we're talking about Ralphie, aren't we?
We are
We're not talking about Jaden.
No, I haven't seen that one, but all I know
Yeah,
is
no.
that they don't teach him karate, which is like,
No, it's Kung
come
Fu.
on, teach him karate.
Like, seriously, well, in between all your slapping of people on stages, did nobody ever say to you, by the way, well, this is actually Kung Fu, not karate? Seriously. Karate Kid, probably 7.5.
Oh, good guess. That was close. So it
Ball.
is 7.
Don't use that word.
Yep.
Wow, don't use the word close.
It was 7.3, so you get a point.
Oh, we're not getting 3 points, so it's only like 2 points off.
No, it's not how it works. You have
Fine. Jeez, I wouldn't like to owe you £1.
Listen, it is what it is. It is,
Thank God I'm not doing this for wages that to feed my family. We'd all be starving.
I thought you were paying me for this, no?
Here, yo ho.
All right, so
I, I
three
I
movie.
pay you by basking in my ambience and story.
Oh, Jesus, I'll
I
return
know
it. I'll
you're starved
return it.
too.
So,
You're starving too.
if that's what I'm getting paid, then I'll work for free.
Wouldn't be the first time.
So three movies in, you got 1 point. All right. Karate Kid. He wins that tournament with an illegal move. Can you imagine?
Somebody said it's an impossible move as well.
The crane kick.
Yeah, no, with a broken leg. I mean,
Oh, maybe. I've never tried it with a broken leg, but
no.
I've done it for funsies every now and then.
Well, I'll not be doing it anytime soon ever again since I can only have one fucking leg. Um, but
That's easier to kick with people. You could take it off and just batter them in the head with it. There's a kick to the
well,
head.
let me tell you, I have a video, and there's another story.
Yeah.
When we were in Norway, we were sitting outside Burger King, and I got a chicken royale in a town, the first town called Stavanger, and of course seagulls were everywhere and watching your food, and it was like Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds. You were sitting over your chips and all, ready for these things to swoop, but a one-legged seagull came down and landed on the bin, and we felt sorry for him, so we gave him some chips.
Oh, lovely.
And
He's
then his mate came and started fighting with him
oh
because he was getting fed and he wasn't. And I have it in
yeah.
video.
So
So we,
this seagull is your spirit animal.
yeah,
Oh, that's nice. All right,
great. Lucky me.
going all the way back to the original Fantastic Four. What do
Somebody
you
scored that. Oh,
what?
hold on now. When you say original, do you mean the
Oh, no, no,
Roger
no. Sorry,
Corman?
I should clear that up. Yeah. So you explain that to people. Like,
So Roger Corman, the late Roger Corman, who was the king of B movies, had the rights to Fantastic Four and decided to make it. And why not? If you don't do it, somebody else is going to do it. And it was so bad, and it remains so bad, um, that it was never released. It is on YouTube, and it's written. No, Mr. Elastic, he has these big long arms, and it's quite clear that it's those. No, the wooden arms that
Mr.
people carry.
Elastic,
Right? Is that what it is? It Mr. Is that
Mr.
calling it Mr.
Fantastic.
Elastic? Fantastic. It wasn't fantastic in this. Let me tell you, with his shitty arms. The way Freddy did it in Nightmare on Elm Street and scraping the walls with his big long arms.
Yeah.
This was just terrible, terrible.
So it's
Uh,
all up on YouTube, is it?
it's on YouTube, yeah. So you have to watch it just to say, "Oh my god,
Yeah.
I've seen it." But you can see why it was not a budget of like zero. It's awful,
Yeah.
awful.
Was that one of
But
those ones where it's like a case of you make something just to keep the rights?
yeah, it's one of those ones, yeah. And
Yeah.
like it had some of the cast you knew, Jay Underwood and stuff. He was in Werewolf, Beast Among Us, and some other thing
Hmm.
that nobody else can remember. Um, but yeah, it was done, and he did it. But I mean, he also did Humanoids from the Deep, which is also on YouTube, and he had all these like sea monsters. But in the making of, it's actually he only had one costume. He was that skint, but he actually does really well in making you think there's loads of costumes of monsters.
Yeah.
But that was Roger. Roger was renowned and brilliant at what he did.
Yeah.
But
Right.
this is the
So,
version with Michael
which
Chiklis.
exactly? Yeah. This is
Michael Chiklis is for me.
2005, maybe was it? Yeah.
Is it right?
Something
He
like that.
is well. Checklist for me is the thing. Nobody will ever beat him as the thing.
So you really
I
enjoyed him
quite
as the thing.
yeah. I like him as an actor, and I think he did brilliantly in that. Um, it was the one before Captain America became, or before Johnny Storm became Captain America.
Yeah.
I would say 4.3.
I would have guessed around then just from what I remember people saying about it, but it was actually rated higher than I expected. It's 5.7. Yeah. I thought it would be lower just from what I remember people
Yeah,
saying.
and even what people saying today, it's the same thing. Oh, it's terrible. I quite liked it. I quite liked the second one. But you can see why it's not. But then I haven't seen the new one, so
Yeah.
it might turn out to be the better version.
It'd be fun to do a breakdown of the lot of them and see which is the best writing.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
All right. Oh, and you have a book out about zombies, so you should know a lot about zombies or
I have
zombie adjacent creatures at least.
I have 3 books out about zombies.
There you go. So the next one is 28 Days Later.
See, I don't like this.
I remember I haven't seen it in such a long time. I want to rewatch it before watching the new one, and I don't think I've ever seen the second one apart
I'm
from
gonna
the.
be honest with you. Don't bother.
I heard the
I've
second
seen
one's
the new
pretty.
one.
I heard this the. Oh, so you're talking about the new one, not the sequel?
The new one. The sequel, 28 weeks later, I think, isn't it?
Yeah. Is
Yeah,
it? Yeah.
it's quite good. It's got some big names in it, which weren't big at the time, but it's quite good.
Haven't seen it yet. But
But the first one,
I remember liking the first one quite a bit, so I'm excited to kind of recap it.
uh, the third one, no. Thank you very much, Danny. Keep up. Um,
So what do you think people think of 28 Days Later?
Everybody liked that one when it came out.
It made zombies fast.
Yeah, it was the first movie to ever do that.
Yeah. There you
And then you
go.
had the remake of Dawn of the Dead in the shopping mall
Yeah,
where they
yeah.
were fast. It was amazing. I'm gonna say everybody liked that 8.2.
8.2 admirable. It is 7.5.
Close.
Close but no cigar. Close
Thank
only
God there's
counts
no
with
cigar.
horseshoes and hand grenades.
You know, there's a giant horseshoe on top of a mountain in Norway that you have to reach by cable car.
Ooh,
Thought I'd put that in.
yeah, that's pretty cool.
In Olden, I think it is.
I'd love to take a trip. It sounds like a lovely place.
Oh, it's awesome. Awesome. Anybody that even thinking about it, go to school, do it. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I spent 20 quid the whole week. Amazing.
Oh, fantastic. Right, up next we got Heroes in a Half Shell, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the original live action. Oh, no, you.
Which starred, I think, Alan Richardson, Reacher himself,
Oh, really?
and they were treated like dirt, and he's quite vocal about the way they were treated. I think it was that one, or it might be one of the sequels, but he did play a Ninja Turtle, and he says at one point they were filming at nighttime, and they ran out of money, so they drove away and left all the turtles standing in the middle of nowhere.
Oh,
So
Jesus.
it was not a great experience. Google it after on YouTube.
Yeah.
But everybody loved it. 8.5.
Let us see. So you have a mixture because you might have the general public and then some critics. So
Yeah.
it is 6.8.
You're joking.
Yeah.
That's really low.
I actually thought it would be lower just from the type of movie it is and the way people have talked about it. I thought it would be lower, to be honest, but I'm glad to see it's not doing too bad. 6.8, decent score.
Uh,
Right, so
what
you
was 28 weeks later or days later?
it was 7.5.
7.5. Okay.
Yeah. All right, next. You like this fella, this wee Brundle fly, The Fly, which we
Great day.
have a video on. We covered this one at length, and
We did.
we both really like this movie. We think it's great. The
Yeah.
writing is great.
Absolute classic. I don't think it was badly received on reception. If I remember correctly, it was 93% positive
Hmm.
when we were talking about it on the podcast. So I think you're probably looking at what to give it such a high mark.
Yeah, it's tricky. It's a tricky one, this one.
9.
It is 7.6.
Do you know what it is? See whoever's making these scores up, get rid of them because I don't know what they're talking about.
Well, the thing is, I think you've so many. Like, I think each review has like a million reviewers or something like a ridiculous amount. So you get all kinds of opinions. So you have to consider everything.
But there's only one opinion with The Fly.
Oh, I would put it much higher. I'd put it in the
Yeah.
nines for sure.
9.5, if not 9.9.
It's so
There
well.
is- there
It's
isn't
so
really
well
a
written.
flaw in
It's
it.
so well presented. It's so well directed and acted. I would just put it up for sure.
Yeah.
All right, next we have Atlantic Rim.
Isn't that the one with the big robots?
It is, yeah.
5.3.
5.3. Now, are you sure you're thinking of the right movie?
Isn't the one with the kaiju, and then they build these giant robots to fight the? Is it kaiju?
Kaiju,
Kaiji, or
yeah.
whatever. Sounds like a toilet cleaner. Um,
Yeah.
that's what that is the one, isn't it?
What was your guess?
Where the fight the big rope, the build rope, have to
What's
build big
what
robots.
score? What score were you given
Oh, 5.2.
for Atlantic Rim? Are you sure?
Right, is that the right film I'm thinking of? Atlantic Rim? Is that?
So I'm kind of right. I kind of duped you a little bit, right? Because Atlantic Rim is a rip-off of Pacific Rim.
I specifically, I thought it was gay porn there
Did
for a
you say
second.
Pacific Rim?
What did Stephen Carey be watching? Let me tell you.
So
What's Atlantic Rim?
so it's a knockoff of Pacific Rim basically. So it has the same sort of stuff in it, but a much cheaper budget.
Cheaper, 2.5, because I've never even heard of it.
It's made by, I believe it's the same people who make Sharknado and all those.
Awesome.
So when giant monsters crawl out of the Atlantic Ocean and attack on the eastern seaboard, the US government is forced to trust a trio of mischievous soldiers specialized in piloting gigantic robots to defend America.
Mischievous soldiers? What are mischievous soldiers?
They're like soldiers, but more mischievous.
What's that even mean?
Probably a little bit
They
rebellious, a
put
bit, mavericks or whatnot. So what do you think Atlantic Rim got?
oh, they're gonna put 40 balloons at the monsters coming out of town. Um, I've never heard of. I'm gonna say 3.2.
It's the lowest yet. It's 1.7.
Oh, unusual lower.
There you go. You did what you could. Atlantic Rim, not to be confused with Pacific Rim.
No,
I think,
I've never.
if I remember, the DVD box covers were identical as well, or very similar.
None like copyright, is there?
No, they did it different enough. Right, so we have a vampire in a boat. Last voyage of the Demeter.
4.5.
Oh, okay. It's a 6.1. I thought you would have rated that higher.
No, I would have rated it higher,
Yeah.
but because I love that, and it's one we really, really should talk about. It's the most tragic horror movie ever.
I'd love to
For a
give it.
reason that I can't tell you now, but when we see the podcast, I can tell you, or go into that further. I thought it was amazing, but I know it wasn't well received. Why is beyond me. It really, honestly is. So that's why I went 4.5, because I was thinking all them yappy
It'd
so and so.
be interesting to dig into that one for the podcast. Yeah.
That it's definitely one you dissect.
Yeah.
It's definitely one to dissect. Oh, I thought. Well, see, that's why I went 4.5, because they were all.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
That's
Because even
fair.
Liam Cunningham was every behind the scenes. This is going to be amazing. This is brilliant. That's a fantastic film. And Liam, I stalked you in Dublin at the premiere of Star Wars: Force Awakens. So you'll do me, son. But no, I really liked it. But unfortunately, the general
Yeah.
population or criticals didn't.
I'm looking forward to giving it a go.
Yeah, that's really good.
Right, next we have a one-eyed priest, Silver Bullet. Now we also covered this movie. Owen actually got me
Yeah,
onto this one. He said it was a hidden gem that I should check out, and I'm glad he did
100%.
because I quite
Isn't
liked
it?
it. I really liked it. Yeah, I thought it
And
was a very
we did,
underrated werewolf movie.
and we did flare up a bit of interest in it, and a few people watched it.
Yeah, I know a few people who
Um,
said they watched it after listening to the podcast. So good.
um,
What do you think people would have thought of it? So
see, I know what I would have put it, but it's what people would have put it. 5.5.
it's 6.4, so a little better than that.
A little better.
Yeah.
Well, that's not too bad.
That's not too bad. I was glad, like, any lower than that, I would have been upset. I'm like, it deserves more than that. Come on.
Oh, 100%. It still deserves more than 6 point whatever,
Hmm.
to be honest, as you know yourself, because it's such a great wee movie.
All right. 28 years later.
Sweet Jesus,
Now,
no.
you have seen this, I have not.
Yeah.
What do you think people rate this?
I'm
You weren't
actually
you weren't too keen on it, is that what you said?
no. It's an hour, 1 hour 45 minutes. It could have easily dropped an hour. Um, it's the most bizarre ending, and I was sort of a bit like, who's been smoking something writing this?
Yeah.
Um,
What do you reckon?
but I haven't seen that many good reactions to it. To be honest with you, I've seen some funny ones. I'm gonna say,
People seem really mixed on this one.
yeah, it is. When you see it, you'll see what I mean. It just doesn't make sense to me in the 28 universe or human survivor logic
Yeah.
at all. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Do you think it'd be worth
Um,
covering? I definitely want
oh
to
yeah,
cover the first one at some stage.
yeah. I think we should definitely do that.
Yeah.
Be interesting to get Jack's opinion on that one too, because I don't know if he's into zombie movies.
Hmm.
Um, or if he's seen the other two. I'm gonna say 6.1.
It's 7.2, so it's quite high
So
considering.
I was gonna say 7,
Oh.
but
So far you only have 1 point. You need to
okay.
catch up.
Can I give me one out of sympathy?
We'll see at the end.
No, do you know what I mean? Be kind.
Be kind, rewind. Well, do you know
But
who's
you know what,
not?
right?
Do you know
That
who's
that
not
that
kind? Do you know who's not kind at all?
who?
Death. So, Final Destination, the first one.
Can I just say before we go on to the Final Destination,
Yeah.
um, it's probably 7.2 because there was such a hype about it, that coming out the 28 years later. So people initially flocked to it and then sort of went, oh, no. So I think maybe the hype helped that rating.
Right.
But Final Destination, which one?
The first one. The very first one. Originally an
8 point,
X-Files script.
8.5.
No, it is 6.7.
What? Seriously?
Yeah.
Who? No. They must be watching this with the sound off.
Well, I think Final Destination, the first one, it has a great concept. I think maybe the lack of character work and some maybe flaws in the plot have brought it down for people, possibly. But yeah, it's. I mean, that's still a decent score.
Mm.
Right. Okay. Another X for Owen. All right. All right. I don't think you're ready for this one.
Right, go.
Birdemic, shock and terror.
Sweet Jesus, Mary. Now I'm the king of really crap movies because my buddy always reminds me because I find the worst films and
Yeah.
I send him and go, "This was amazing. You have to watch it." And I'll just send him the poster, and he's now got to the point where he goes, "Don't even bother. I'm not even gonna bother." I'm going to send you a gem one day, and you'll go, I didn't watch that, but you should have watched it." So, Bird Pandemic,
Bird. It mixes bird and pandemic. Birdemic.
Birdemic. That's
All right.
like zombies,
So
isn't it?
right, a horde of
I,
mutate. I'm going to read you the synopsis. You ready?
I have a funny feeling I know what you're going to tell me. Go ahead.
A horde of mutated birds descends upon the quiet town of Half Moon Bay, California. As the death toll rises, two citizens manage to fight back, but will they survive Birdemic?
Do you know what the sad thing about this is? I'm actually going to go looking for that after this.
Yeah, we did one. So one I gave Jack was Lava Lantula, right? It's about lava.
Seen that?
You've seen it,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he went and watched it after the podcast. So listen, these movies might not be fantastic in terms of writing and
No,
presentation, but they can be a lot of fun to watch.
yeah. Or shite. Um,
Well, some of them are a lot of fun to watch because they are shite.
let's play.
Birdemic.
Did it even get a rating? Go one.
One?
Yeah.
Okay. It is 1.7. So you get
So
a
I get a
point.
point.
You got your
I get
second
a
point.
point. I get a point.
Whoop whoop.
How many points did Jack get?
Well, it was a little different because Jack, I think we did 22 movies, but I decided like an even 20 is better. So we'll adjust accordingly. Um, Jack was very unlucky. He was like point 0.1 away about 10 times.
Look, I'm about 20 away every bloody time.
All right, so I look forward to hearing your thoughts on Birdemic. It is a notoriously bad movie. Okay, I'm not sure if you would have heard of this one. Let me just get my notes out. The Empire Strikes Back.
Who's in it?
Is I think his name is Mark Hamilton or something like that, or Hamlet. Um, there's a there's a guy called Dark Vapor or something. Does it ring a bell? Does it
They're
ring a?
vaping band.
Oh,
So,
not in space apparently, because this one takes.
oh,
There's stars and there's a war going on, and
was that the guy with the bad asthma?
that's the guy with the bad asthma. Yeah,
Yeah.
he needs an iron lung to breathe.
Who lost his legs and got a better leg than I got, but sure. Um, Empire Strikes Back has to be 9.5. And if it's
Right.
not, I'll be very annoyed.
Which one is your favorite in the original trilogy?
Oh, Empire.
Yeah,
Empire.
I'm kind of mixed between that and the first one. I flip flop between which one
See,
is my favorite.
when he did all the extra bits, the one that needed the least additions was Empire.
Right. Okay.
That was the least because that's how good it was, and it was literally just sort of a bit of a Windows and Cloud City looking out at the clouds bits
Hmm.
and a bit of Darth Vader and Boba Fett. But no, Empire is I think it stands as just amazing.
Yeah. All right. So what are you guessing?
9.5.
It's 8.7. Do you think that's fair?
No, because it had the world talking, and it was one of them movies you had to go and see before somebody spoiled it for you. And these were the days before internet.
But does that mean it's good though? Just because it's
Yeah,
hyped?
no, it's good.
No,
It's
no. I
amazing.
know it's good, but just because something's like kind of hyped up doesn't necessarily mean that means it's good on its own. If you know what I mean.
Well, here's my
Oh,
what qualified critic.
Was it this film that is responsible for the term blockbuster?
Yeah, or was no Star Wars? Is that
It was either that one or the first one.
Star Wars did that blockbuster? And I remember the very first time I seen anything about Star Wars and it was on the news about this space movie that had just broken all the world records in
Hmm.
cinemas, and it was the space battle as they're fleeing the Death Star with Chewbacca and Princess Leia and Han and Luke firing the cannons and the TIE fighters coming in over the top of him. That was the clip, and the Wookiee was there and the robots there, and I went, I'm hooked.
Yeah,
I'm never looked back. I have to say, I've never looked back.
and you got your classic
Uh,
hero's journey.
yeah, yeah. But what qualifies a critic to, do you know what I mean? Give an opinion. I know you can give everybody's got an opinion, but they're like arseholes. Everybody's got one.
Yeah.
But I can see critics deliberately not liking stuff or giving a bad review, but in these cases, I'm sort of like,
Some critics give silly reasons for not liking things, like that
yeah,
one, that example we gave before about a critic when Batman came out about not mixing genres or something like that,
yeah,
which is silly.
the world's greatest detective. Hello. Um, but then when you look at Lavarantula or Bird Pandemic,
It
you
is
sort of look at them.
Lavalantula and Birdemic. You will respect
I
these filmmakers all.
them too. You can see why they're ones, and you sort of well they're right in that, but they're not right with Empire. I think it's also a personal thing. Um, yeah, no, I'm surprised it's that low.
Although, yeah, we'll actually dig into it in a bit because there's some interesting points to make about IMDb. And just like we'll at the end we'll talk about what the highest number on IMDb is, and then maybe when you compare, you'll think, oh, that's fair enough. Right. Owen, are you familiar with The Blob?
Yeah.
We also have
I
a
love it.
video on The Blob. We dug into this one at length also, and I would urge people to see it. I think it's a great horror movie.
Awesome. A
With some
great remake
pretty
that
gnarly
actually
special effects.
improves on the original, like The Fly. And I think that's the
Yeah.
secret of a good remake.
Yeah. Two great examples of a remake
Mm.
done well. So
Uh,
what do you think of what do you think people think of The Blob?
no, I can't remember the blob. I remember coming out. I can't remember what the reaction was.
Hmm.
6.7.
You jammy bastard, it is 6.7.
Oh,
That's 3 points in the bag. Wow.
of
Fucking hell, that's uncanny. Well done. It's just
thank
because
you,
you were
Google.
doing so bad and then you get one spot on. That's hilarious.
What do you mean I'm doing so bad?
I mean, like, it's, it just is what it is. You weren't scoring that many points.
Can't be
But,
bringing me on here and insulting me is
no, no, no,
ridiculous.
no. Listen, this is largely a guessing game because you have to guess what other people think as well.
That's right, because that's what you're working on. It's like what is the general? It's not your reaction; it's the general
Yeah.
reaction.
Like,
What you're being.
the last one we did with this, the Prestige was on it, and I would have thought it would be much higher. But,
Never. Mm. I don't
Okay,
think I watched
Owen.
that.
Huh?
I don't think I've watched that.
Oh, watch the Prestige. It's great.
Who's in it?
Christian Bale is directed by Christopher Nolan. The Magicians.
All right, okay.
Hugh Jackman. Have you honestly never heard of the Prestige?
I thought it was like Now You See Me. No, them ones.
It's a magician story, but it will be better quality than that. It's like really, really, really good.
Right,
But
okay.
when you're watching it, you have to really pay attention to the details and don't look up at and about it.
Okay.
I can't believe you've never heard of the Prestige.
Well, I never heard of Birdemic or
Well, I don't think they're in the same category, but okay. All right, Owen has never heard of the Prestige. You heard it here first, folks.
Stephen never heard of Silver Bullet Bugs. Just saying.
That's true. That's fair. I'll have to take that loss. That's okay. All right, this one, Owen. I've heard you refer to this as your comfort movie. All right, The Human
What one?
Centipede.
Go away, you dirty ticket. Oh my god. Ugh.
Have you not called this your comfort movie before?
No, I used another word beginning with C. It wasn't comfort, let me tell you.
I'll tell you what,
Jesus,
right? Let me
tonight.
tell you, right? I was watching this movie years and years ago because of its reputation, and I couldn't finish it because I was just became so disinterested in it. I just thought it was silly. It's not. It's in that category of just like, it's too silly to be scary, and it's not. That's just no. I was like, no, I'm not digging this at all. I just don't like.
Vile. Oh my god, the thought of it's turning me out as it is.
So
Anybody want to
listen,
pick
anyone
up
listening who's a
the
Human Centipede fan, let us know in the comments and let us know what you like about it. I'd be very interested to hear. I myself just wasn't digging it. No, that's all.
I just turned it off. This is just shocking. And I'm not easily turned or prude or anything like that, as you well know. I'll go in for anything, but I just thought, what? It has to be a 2.3.
It is a 4.4.
Way.
Yeah. I was surprised at that myself. But there you go.
Yeah.
People liked The Human Centipede.
And there was sequels, wasn't there?
Yeah, there's at least 3 of them. One is in a prison. The two was done as though the first one was a movie within that world or something like that, and your man was just a big fan. I heard the second one is really, really gruesome, but I haven't
Not
seen
my
it.
cup of tea at all.
Yeah, I just didn't dig The Human Centipede. It didn't do for me.
No.
But it's your comfort movie. That's fine. We won't judge. All right.
See, the silencer spoke volumes.
I was like, what is he thinking? What? Is he gonna come back
We
with?
won't judge. Yeah, well,
Um,
it takes all sorts to make a world.
it does. It does indeed.
But if
Right.
your world is a human centipede, stay out of mine.
They should do Human Centipede versus Birdemic.
But I would have to eat the humans. It'd be all right. Not
Yeah.
all down. Be
Yeah.
over in about 10 minutes.
Be over in about 10 minutes. All right, Owen. Owen doesn't remember what film we covered last, but soon he will have Total Recall. Owen, what do you reckon people thought of Total Recall?
Can't remember. Um,
For the
what was
holiday
it
of a
called?
lifetime. Recall, recall, recall. So this was the last movie we covered, and we have to pretend like we didn't cover it literally an
Yeah,
hour ago.
we have.
So
No, we haven't covered it at all. If we did, I can't remember. Um,
Owen thought it was real, then he thought it was a dream, then he thought it was real again. He went on quite a journey.
I was like the hobbits up and down the mountains in Lord of the Rings. I'm still going up and down the mountains. Arnie was riding high. It was a popcorn movie. Better than the Running Man, which they're remaking.
Oh, are they?
Yeah. I can't remember who. It's not like somebody like Arnie. It's
I tell you what, I'm excited for. Speaking of Stephen King adaptations, is what do you call him? The guy who did Hill House, Mike Flanagan. He's adapting The Long Walk, I believe. Which
well.
I've not
Let me
read The
tell
Long
you.
Walk. I just know of it. But I'm
Right,
a big fan of a lot of his work, so I'm hoping that turns out really good.
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not going to watch it because I've read the work. I know what the ending is.
Yeah,
Unless they do something drastically different with the ending, I am not sitting
you won't
watching that.
you weren't too keen on the ending.
No,
Okay,
I don't know. Well, I
don't
can't
don't
even
give it
say
away
no. I'm
here.
not.
Yeah, don't give it
I'm
away here.
no one's going to give it away. No, I just it just didn't. No, it doesn't appeal
Right.
given the ending. But unless they change the ending, which they kind of do for like the Children of the Corn. There's two versions of that. One with an upbeat ending, and the one with the original very downbeat ending.
Yeah.
Which
Which
I
do you
didn't
prefer?
like. Oh, the upbeat,
Yeah.
because when you're in that, it's different. The likes of the Mist, where the ending was the point.
Exactly. Yeah, some
But
stories need a grim ending for it to
yeah,
work.
I've done a few that are grim endings, but they weren't intended to be grim endings. But just thought there's only one way out of this. It's not going to be good. Um, but that one for the remake was just no. I preferred the other one. I love the music. I love the performances. Linda Hamilton's in it. The other guy that played the Doctor on TV. I was just good. I liked it. It was fun. I know some people hate it, but I liked it, and that's the version I prefer. So I'm not sure about the Long Walk until I find out how they're going to end up.
Yeah.
Did you ask me a question about recall? Didn't you?
I
Like that. Total
told you his
Recall.
memory's all over
Arnie
the place. Total Recall. What do you think?
Honor. Who fuck Honor? Arnie was on a roll, probably 8.3.
It's 7.5. So
It's not that bad. It
decent.
was. It didn't deserve seven. That it deserves more,
Yeah.
especially at the time when you first see it. It's very good.
Yeah. Yeah, it feels like one of those movies that some people would have been quite mixed on just because of some of the elements in there. But yeah, I would have bumped it up.
Yeah. Again, it brings into question who exactly is reviewing this.
Well, it's a lot of people. That's the thing. Like, it's an
Yeah.
accumulation of a lot of people. So who knows? All right. Next up, we have some trolls with three noses. Ernest Scared Stupid. Are you a fan of the Ernest movies?
No.
Oh, I used to love them growing up.
No.
My two favorites are this one and the one where Ernest is in prison.
Yeah. Uh,
Right,
okay.
I'm gonna get up the synopsis for you. You tell us
I
what you
bet
think
you
of
wasn't
Ernest.
like Tango and Cash.
Sorry?
I bet you that one wasn't like Tango and Cash.
No. A
With that
movie.
very different sort of prison, a nice prison, a Medea prison. Um, Right, give me the synopsis.
I am just getting up.
Like I need it.
All right, here we go. Ernest, played by the great Jim Varney. You have to appreciate him.
Okay.
No, Toy Story.
Mm.
All right, all right. I seem to like
Is
him
he a
better than you.
cartoon?
Huh?
Is he a cartoon?
No, he's a live action dude. But he
All
did
right,
the
okay.
voice, one of the voices in Toy Story.
Which character?
I think was it the dog, the Slinky dog.
Blinky?
Yeah, pretty
Don't
sure.
know.
Right. Ernest accidentally unleashes an ugly troll that plots to transform children into wooden dolls in the town of Briaville, Missouri.
Well,
Do you want to know? Do you want to
well,
know a little thing? Right. Guess what the troll's weakness is?
daylight.
Milk. The
Now, let me tell you, having just returned from Norway and got a lesson on trolls and mythology. What do you call him, Ernest?
Ernest, yeah, Ernest P.
Ernest
Worrell.
talking load of crap. I love an old troll. There's a dub movie on
Oh shit!
Netflix called Troll, which is I liked before I went to Norway, and now I've seen it. I like even more.
Is
Uh,
that anything to do with?
um,
I seen one years ago called Troll Hunter. Are they
it
connected
was
in any?
awesome.
Are they connected in any way?
No, no, they're not connected, but they're two very good movies.
Yeah.
I had to say they are very good. Um, but I just don't. I can't do dubbing and subtitles. It killed me. Um,
Right.
Ernest is probably about two, two,
A two.
two. Steve, you
Ernest
tell me eight.
5.8.
Ach, way.
Ernest Scared
He mu-
Stupid.
Ernest must have wrote that himself.
It's a comedy.
I'll take your word for it.
And he defeats. I think the trolls have 2 or 3 noses. I can't remember. And their weakness is milk. And there you go. All right, we have 2 more to go, and I'll give you your tally at the end. What you scored at the very end.
Throw another two in so I'm the same as Jack.
You want me to come up with 2 on the fly? All right. Okay,
on the
that's
fly.
fair. That's fair. Okay, so we can compare and contrast.
Right, so 4 to go. So who's next?
Okay. All right. Up next, you're gonna hate me for this one, right? I'll tell you, and then as you're talking, I'll type in the synopsis.
Why do you
Right?
think I love you so far after Birdemic and Flippin' Ernest and
Yeah. Do you know what? I wouldn't either. I'd be livid. All right.
right, go.
Sharktopus versus Whale Wolf. Let me see.
That's the sound of my blood draining. Um, Surprisingly, that'd be one I would watch, and I can guarantee if I look on YouTube, it's there right now.
It is from
Um,
2015. It is an
yeah,
action, adventure, comedy, horror, sci-fi thriller. It's everything.
so even
Oh,
quite sure.
starring Casper Van Dien.
Oh, I met him.
He seems like a lovely dude.
He was in Dublin Comic Con. Yeah, he's really nice. He's a nice down on. I was almost doing Ray Winston was his Ray Winston's chaperone last summer,
Hmm.
and Casper was right beside them. But I don't like him enough to pay 30 quid for his autograph or anything. But I was talking to him.
I've never paid
He
for
was
an
great.
autograph.
Oh, I do. I'm a complete tart. Um, Vecna is on the list for August. Vecna, you watch Stranger Things?
I'm behind on. I've seen season 1 and 2, but I haven't seen beyond that. I'm miles behind.
So the word Vecna doesn't mean nothing to you?
No.
No. Let's just say you thought Freddy was scary. You think all them villains combined that we did the 2-parter on is nothing on Vecna. It is
Seriously.
stunning. Stunning. And you talk about story writing, it'll be the best story writing you've seen in a long time. I can't wait for this year.
Awesome.
But meeting
I must
Vecna,
catch up.
yeah, do honestly do. It's amazing. The mid-season finale plus the final episode of season 4, you will be left with your mouth open. It was just
Yeah.
so good. Cliffhanger's amazing.
Well, do you know what's even better is Sharktopus versus Whale Wolf.
Octopus versus whale wolf.
It's a wolf mixed with a whale and a shark mixed with an octopus.
As you do. That global warming's a bitch on that.
Well, I'll read you out the synopsis, right? It might help you out a wee bit. When a mad scientist hybridizes the genes of a killer whale and a wolf, this this creates the whale wolf, and once again, it is up to the sharktopus to stop it. So, the sharktopus has been up against many a creature, it seems.
It's really bad when the words in the synopsis are more interesting than the actual plot. um, oh, one
I
point two
love the name whale wolf. I think it's so cool.
whale wolf.
So you're giving it
Yeah,
a
1.2.
It is a 3.2.
Fuck off.
All right, another one. We copied the first one with Jack. Now we're going to the sequel with Owen here. The Dark Knight.
Heath Ledger.
Heath Ledger.
Well, that everybody loved that one. I love that one. That would be one of Owen's Blu-ray lists for sure.
Yeah.
I think I actually have it. I think I actually do have it. That Heath Ledger just was stunning. I believed him completely when he told us the first story about how he got his scars, and then my jaw dropped when he told another story. I went, "Fuck! I actually believed him the first time round." Everybody loves Batman. This has to be 9, if not higher. 9.
Right. So I was just looking up more movies because you wanted 2 more. So you're going 9.
I'm so glad I'm so interested. You're like not even listening, but sure.
No, listen. This was your request. I have to come up with some. It is 9. Well done.
Oh, that's 5 points.
That's 3 points.
All right, it's the inflation. It's the difference between difference between the north and the south. No,
you can't pull that card.
starting in the euros.
All right, so I need to give you 2 more movies. Okay, so we're gonna go with Raiders of the Lost Ark. And while you're talking, I have to look it up to get the score. So Raiders of the Lost Ark, Indiana Jones.
Not my favorite, but good.
Which would be your favorite out of the
Temple of Doom.
I like the Temple of Doom a lot. A lot of people don't seem to dig it, but I like it.
I was actually thinking about this the other night, why I like it compared to the other 2. I think the third one's mostly Sean Connery's doing.
Yeah.
The first one is good. It is good because I was hooked from the start. I love Indiana Jones, up all the comics and stuff.
Nice.
Well, nearly all the comics. There's a couple I'm missing that I can't get. No, the Dark Horse with those beautiful covers, and then the Marvel run.
Yeah.
I would say 8.3.
Oh, just
wow! Don't be telling me.
Just off the post, it's 8.4.
Is it 10?
8.4.
Is that another 3 points?
No, you said 8.3 or something, didn't you?
Yeah.
No. You can't just give yourself points.
No, it's the Northern Irish accent. It's lost in translation. See, it's all right. You and Jack understand each other. I have to get one of them AI Google translator things.
Listen, Owen, you can't play silly beggars. So you think? So your 3 was actually a 4, and it's just the accent.
It's 8.3. All right.
I'm afraid you only get 1 point, but that was just off the post, Owen. Jesus Christ!
Well, it was. You know what? It's one more than I had the first 15.
All right, so I need to come up with another one. Let me see. All right, Under Siege.
I love Under Siege.
I do too. And one of the reasons I picked that just now is because we covered a few movies kind of close together that had Under Siege actors in it. We had Gary Busey, and we had what's her Elaine? I can't pronounce her name. She was in The Blob. I'll Google the score of Under Siege.
No, she wasn't in The Blob. You mean the girl?
The girl, yeah.
No, she wasn't in The Blob. Was she not in Baywatch?
Yeah, same person.
Is it? Jesus, somebody's had work done.
Do you know what? That's the exact same reaction you gave on the podcast. It's just uncanny. That's word for word how you reacted the first time.
Is it? Did I?
I tell you, you need a recall machine.
I need more than a recall machine. I need a fucking regeneration. Um,
All right.
Under
So you
Siege,
like Undersea. What do you like about it?
everything. I think it's just. Well, Colin Meaney says the bad word, and I went, oh, Chief Miles O'Brien said a bad word.
How could he?
I know. Captain Sisko bit ballsy. Um, Tommy Lee, amazing. Busey, amazing. Steven Seagal's actually quite good in it.
Hmm.
Um, it's just, I just think it's great. I think it's his best film, to be honest.
Yeah.
There's so much to enjoy about it.
I like Under Siege, yeah.
Yeah,
I think it's Seagal's best movie.
yeah. Uh, what did the critics think so?
Yeah. Is this the kind of film that would have got a high rating?
7.6.
It is 6.5.
Back balls. See, that's Steven Seagal and his curse.
Yeah. Okay, there you go. So I need you to just start talking there while I add up your score. So you talk about one of your books or something.
Okay, so out now on Amazon is The Time Warriors, the latest one that just we did a sort of mini book tour around Norway. It wasn't really a book tour. We just got the book photographed in interesting locations, one of which was 4,500 feet above sea level in a complete snow and ice background with snow trolls. And on various boats and cruises and waterfalls and stuff. So the Time Warriors Wolves of Chernobyl was actually inspired by a news article where it said after years of being exposed to radiation in the Chernobyl area, which is no longer habited by humans because it's uninhabitable for humans, that the dogs and the wolves first have actually developed a resistance to radiation,
Yeah.
which is also a resistance to cancer, which they're working on as a potential cure. And that from I began writing it, it came out that resistance had also gone to the dog population. So I incorporated that into the werewolves. So, um, what a place like Chernobyl where you've got the giant Ferris wheel, and you could I sort of say it's like the clock of time.
Yeah.
If it moves, it's frozen in time since 1985. I think that happened.
Yeah.
So if it ever moves, it's the symbol for has stood still here for all these years. Nature has reclaimed it. Um, but what is the secret of the werewolves of Chernobyl, and is it as deserted as people think it is?
Well, I'll be checking that out for sure. That sounds really cool. Right, I have your score ready. Can you do a drum roll? Apologies, Owen's incontinent at his age.
Oh, mommy, that kebab I had. Oh my god, I can't do. What is it? That sounds like a bad machine gun.
Right, you're not going to believe this.
Why
This is just unreal. Well, who do you think won?
me?
You and Jack have scored the exact same score, a 9.
Shut up.
You have both scored 9. I can screenshot you the evidence right here. Um, he scored 9. You scored 9. That's that's just unbelievable.
That's not bad now.
That is not bad at all. To be fair, I
Not
mean,
bad.
you have all kinds of opinions on these films. It's very hard to narrow it down, but you done well. You done bloody good.
But then the thing that is to say, it isn't. It's what these combined criticisms, but like Rotten Tomatoes. It's what they combined
I find Rotten
things
Tomatoes
actually come up with.
scoring system really bizarre.
So do I. There was a few things on it, I went, no,
But it's
you can't be.
it's just the system itself. Like anything that scores over 50% is fresh, and anything below is rotten, and
Mm.
it can really skew the perception of movies. But it's a weird system. But it is what it is.
See, I don't really comment on stuff unless I've seen it. So there's things I'm not going to watch. I'll never watch Peacemaker with John Cena because I can't stand John Cena.
Right.
Um,
He
Please
seems
don't
like a
come and
really
put
good
me
dude in
down.
real life.
He is in real life. He's a really good dude. He does so much for terminally ill children. He is a legend that way.
Yeah.
But
Just as an
I
actor.
don't. Yeah, it was like in Bumblebee and everything. It was like Jesus, Mary, and Joseph, I actually paid money to watch this.
Yeah.
So I'm never gonna watch him in Peacemaker season one, two, three, whatever they do. But I've watched him in other things. I watched the Suicide Squad, and I just thought, I know there's all these redemption arcs for characters, but I think his went too far
Right.
for who he killed in that one. Um,
Right.
and what was the other one? The comedy he did with he pretended to be their imaginary best friend.
Don't know.
Oh, I can't remember that one. But it was quite good. But I just don't get him,
Yeah.
to be honest.
I think
So,
in the
but I
right
mean,
role he can be good and he can have a lot of
yeah, it's just like
charisma.
everybody else. He's doing everything he can do.
Yeah.
I mean, Mark Wahlberg isn't the best of actors,
But
and I'll
you
watch it.
yeah, but yeah, he's one of those if you just put him with the right director, he'll do
Yeah,
good.
I'll just watch it to see was it any good. But I have never watched any of his films twice.
Yeah.
It's
That's
that sort of
actually
thing.
a skill that's really underrated with directors is some directors are really good at getting the best performance out of the person.
Yeah,
And that I imagine can be very difficult.
it's
Yeah.
depending for divas as well.
Yeah, we do it's like you, all your demands before we go on air. I'm like, Jesus.
Well, I did tell you
Owen says I have to send him like chocolates and grapes and have
that
flowers in his dressing room and I'm like, Jesus man.
there's nothing like a bowl of Maltesers and just sucking the chocolate off it so you leave the honeycomb and then you can crunch the honeycomb. Nothing like it.
How does that poor woman put up with you? She must be
Uh,
a super girl for sure.
she works a lot
Yeah.
and travels a lot.
All right. So, Owen, where can people pick up a copy of
The
Wolves of
Velvet
Chernobyl?
Noble is on Amazon at the moment in Kindle form and paperback form. The Kindle is down to 1.99 to sort of. I know everybody's struggling to live these days, so I just thought I'll put all the Kindles down to 1.99. You wouldn't get a loaf of bread for it, but it'll be the best 1.99 you ever spent. I am on timewarriors.co.uk, Time Warriors and Beyond, Time Warriors on Instagram, and Time Warriors author and the Irish author on Twitter. So I'm
Excellent.
everywhere but the crib.
Everywhere you're all over the place.
I'm all over the place.
You will find me on Facebook, but best place to follow me is on Instagram. You'll
Yeah.
see all my updates there and updates on all my new projects and work. And if you want to check my work out, there'll be a link in the description. Miles and Mary Ashbury is out now. If you like your horror, it's about a man who murders his wife in a heated argument, but she comes back as a zombie, and it gets really grim. And I like it a lot. So there'll be a link in the description if that sounds good to you. And Owen, what are we covering next?
I don't know, son. What do you want to do? We
Yeah,
had some good suggestions there, didn't we?
we did. We had the list gets longer and longer, and it's
It does.
exciting. But as I was saying to you guys, I'll have a lot more free time in August, so we can get more episodes done. Talk about some
Mm-hmm.
more good movies, some good books. I want to cover a book soon. Um, I want to do maybe our top 5 horror novels or something like that. That'd be fun. But I don't want to do that until I've read some because I have some that's been on my list for a long, long time, like The Exorcist, for example. Um,
I actually don't have time to read these days.
you need to make time to read.
So, well,
If
read
you
my
want
own
to
stuff.
write, you have
Sounds
to read.
terrible, but the only reason I'm reading my own stuff is because I'm editing the thing. But it's sort of like it's getting the time.
This is true.
It really is.
I
Is it
I
like?
love reading at night time. I love coming home just before bed or just before I go to sleep. I'll sit in bed and just read, and it's wonderful. There you go. Especially after a hard night of training, just come home, have a wash, lie in bed, and read.
I
Yeah.
just pass out. But but I've always been like that. I mean, my wee fella was young, he used to read him stories, and he thought every story lasted one line. Once upon a time, and Daddy was asleep. So he never
There
really
you
got.
go.
He got his reading more books from his mother because I used to fall asleep with him.
There you go. So
That's the way I feel.
the last movie we covered was Total Recall, which we
Yeah.
recorded cough last week. Cough. But
Oh yeah.
and I thought that was a really fun discussion. Myself and Owen have a little bit of a difference of opinion about what's going on in that movie, but that just made it more fun to talk about.
Yeah,
Um,
you can't agree with everything.
exactly, and it's
There's
one of
no
those
point.
films that invites discussion, which is one of the things I like about it.
Well, it didn't until he told me his theory, and I went, "All right, okay."
You know, I know you said that you're finding it a bit monotonous to watch lately, but
Mm.
if you watch it again with those in mind, see how you feel. Or if you don't have time, don't worry about it.
No, not bad. We've done it. Bye. Um, I don't know. There's so many. I mean, we got some good suggestions. What do the people want?
Well, one of the ones I'm going to cover with Jack, we're going to record it tomorrow, is Demolition Man. Actually, sorry, that might be out before this one. I can't
Oh,
I can't remember the order of release.
I love Demolition Man. I have so much to say about that.
Oh man,
PC. Whoa, Quinn's on a roll.
I mean, yeah,
Um,
I didn't know Demolition Man was up there for you.
oh, definitely, especially in the current climate.
Right.
I think it's actually a film everybody should watch
Yeah.
to see the ridiculousness of some of the stuff that they're doing.
Right.
Um, I don't
Myself
know.
and Jack are going to cover. In the summer, I want to cover some summer blockbusters. I'm also thinking about doing the first Evil Dead movies, 1, 2, and Army of Darkness. That'll be great fun.
Mm.
What do you reckon?
I can't even think what it sounds. I can't remember. Well, Fire in the Sky, Ruins,
Shocker.
Shocker. Did I
Fire in
say
the
that
Sky
one?
is one that I'd be meaning to watch. Yeah, that'd be
Yeah,
good.
it's really interesting. It's evolved over time because
No.
I watched his interviews, the real life Travis Walton. So it's evolved over time, and there's been sort of a few twists and turns in it.
Yeah.
Make you wonder. It parallels the Patterson Gimlin film with Bigfoot.
Right.
In the twists and turns, it was almost like it was all planned at the same time. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Um, so it's quite an interesting one.
Yeah.
Temple of Doom, as we said,
Temple of Doom.
Ruins. Ruins is a nice wee film.
I quite like this. Someone suggested that to me, I think it was last year, and I said, "Oh fuck it, I'll throw it on." And yeah, there's a lot to like about it.
Yeah,
The acting
it's
in
quite.
it's really good. It just shows how much a good actor can add to your horror movie when they can really sell it. It's just
Yeah,
great stuff.
like it's one location. It's almost like a stage play.
Mm,
That one. Quite gruesome in parts. Thankfully, mine didn't go that way, and quite inventive and scary in parts.
yeah, like no pun intended, but it kind of gets under your skin.
Yeah, literally.
Um, Die Hard. I
But
want to cover Die Hard sometime.
I heard it's awesome.
Terminator 1 and 2 would be great. Like
Aliens.
as a back to back. Aliens. Yeah, there is lots. Let us know in
The,
the
the,
comments if you have anything in particular you'd like us to cover. And Demolition Man might have been out before this one, so ignore anything I said about that if that's the case. And yeah, all right, we'll be back soon. Bye bye.
Bye.